You're here with Chef's Tracks. This is December 31st, 2024. Um, this is the end of the year, and of course, but not just that, but it's the end of a very rewarding and great year. I think this is one of my better years on record here. Um, so anyway, this year I was able to do the Coast Starlight rides up to Seattle from Los Angeles Union Station. Um, that I also got to do a few of the Southwest Chiefs up to Kansas City a few times and on to Chicago once, plus back to Emeryville, California on the California Zephyr. Um, oh my goodness. I don't think I'll ever be riding coach again. I thought, well, okay, for the Kansas City leg to Chicago, just a few hours. So I thought, oh, okay, I'll ride coach, save a couple dollars. Oh, goodness. Well, I was seated by the window. A young lady, early 20s, was seated on the aisle seat, promptly put her tray table down and fell asleep on her tray table for an hour and a half. I could not get out, or I had to be rude and wake her up. I was not going to be rude. So I politely sat there until she woke up, and then I was able to get out and go to the observation car, which was okay. I mean, pretty cool scenery overall. I mean, it is what it is, but you get to see some cool stuff anyway. So I come back from the observation car almost 2 hours later, only to find her asleep in both of the seats, curled up, checked out, was not waking up when I said something to her. So I just went back to the business class, and there were some empty seats, and I just sat down in one for a while until I see this girl walk by, and I went back to my seat, and she had moved all her stuff over onto my side too, so I had to move her stuff back. Very rude. Plus, then later when she did come back, she was talking with the lady next to me with her young son, and oh my, she was something. So they were talking about some really gross stuff, which just was not appropriate for public consumption. Let's put it that way. My start to one of my trips, this last one, in fact, to Kansas City, I'd always taken my large, rolling bag with me, and this time it was an issue at LA's Union Station with this one certain attendant. She thought I was arguing with her, I guess, because she immediately became kind of rude, cold. You can tell when you're getting cold shoulder, especially from a woman. And she wouldn't check my bag. Told me I was responsible for it. Okay. I went to go let my wife out. She had to come up to get her car keys, and I had inadvertently kept. So I showed her in the station and was letting her out when another couple was approaching. They didn't look threatening at all, but the attendant was walking down the hall at that time, told me I should not be letting people in. It was for everyone's safety, which I understand. These people did not look threatening, even if I had been going to let them in, which I wasn't. I was letting my wife out. And I asked her after a bit, I said, "Did I do something to make you mad?" And this woman would not look at me or even talk to me. I thought, how rude. I'm a retired chef, and I'm all about customer service. And had I been in the wrong, I don't feel that I was, but let's say I was in the wrong. that's not how you handle it as the professional. Um, she seemed to take it personal, and it should never have been personal. Um, I'm not sure if there's anything else or not, but I might look like somebody that she didn't like. Who knows? I mean, why people are like they are. But anyway, that was not the most pleasant start to that trip. But my car attendant, Tony, beautiful young lady, had coffee not at 6 a.m. She had it at 5 a.m. This woman was superb. Um, the next day, the long day, I decided not to go to lunch because I had gotten a sandwich, I think, at the Albuquerque station. When we got to there, I walked to the grocery store and got a sandwich, and didn't go to lunch. And so Tony didn't see me for a while that day, and later I hear a knock on my door, and she came to check on me. You know, there were some older us on the lower floor were older, so I appreciated her coming to check on me. That was very sweet of her. Um, Tony, I gave a great tip to, and I gave her a bar of my friend's wife makes a homemade soap that is really the best. So I give them out to people that I think deserve them, that are cool people. So Tony got one. Um, this year, I did well over probably 15,000 miles on Amtrak's. Flew home a few times. Um, got to do a lot this year. I got to go up to Seattle, look around there, visit the Museum of Flight. I got to go out on Puget Sound with my buddy and his boat and see his granddaughter's island, which she calls it Allie's Island. It's a pretty cool little place. Also got to see the Empire Builder heading into Seattle when we were out on the water. Um, that was pretty cool. I wish I would have been paying attention. I could have gotten some video of it, but I was looking at other things in Puget Sound at that time. And then I flew to Wichita, Kansas, and helped a friend get ready for a river trip in 107-degree heat. 3-hour float trip down the Arkansas River. Took 6.5 hours because the water was so low. That night, a storm blew through our campground in Call Lake in Oklahoma. 75-mile-an-hour gust of wind, lightning that just lit up the sky, and thunder that shook the ground, and I rode it out in a one-man tent. Let me tell you, that was interesting. I hope not to do that one again anytime soon. Let's see. Oh yeah, I got to meet my great nephew this year. Great kid. You know, he was about my age when my whole ordeal started in life, and I won't get into that right now, but he's a really good kid. It was really nice to meet my great nephew, and I took my niece grocery shopping because she needed it, and then I took her Christmas shopping because she's having a hard time this year, and God bless her, I wanted her to have a good time. So let's see. Oh yeah, I got to hang out with another friend of mine that I went to kindergarten with. Actually, him and his twin sister I went to kindergarten with. But anyway, he invited me to a fish fry down in a small town in Kansas, and got there, and this family welcomed me in with open arms, and it was just the best experience. Been a long time since I've had down-home hospitality like that. And come to find out, his wife, her last name is one of my mom's last names, you know, her family name, so we might be related in some manner, not sure how. My friend that we went to his house, his father used to be one of the old Minutemen silo man guys that had the key for the nuclear launch. Pops was great. I love Pops, man. He's a heck of a guy. Um, oh yeah, this year too. When I was in Kansas, rural area, I met a person by chance um, who happened to be the guy that trained the lead horses for John F. Kennedy's funeral caisson. Uh, Really interesting guy. He's 86 years old, lives in a little shack on his property because everything else is just falling down, and he's just too old to do anything about it. And he's got a lot of acreage there, but try and see if I can get him some help through some veterans. So hey, any veterans see this out here and you know a way to help someone like this person, which I think he's a national treasure because he's a link to our past. If you know any way to help him, please get a hold of me through Chef's Tracks and or um, reach out to Team Rubicon. They have his information. So this year was really a great year. At the beginning of the year, I got to go to the first ever Rose Parade that I've ever been to. I've seen many of them on TV since I was a kid. And my stepdaughter and her husband live over in Pasadena in the old part, so we're able to walk to the Rose Parade to see the floats before they ever even start out. So